Hey everyone, welcome to our podcast Trio Talks, the podcast where we share ideas that inspire real change. My name is Valeria.
I'm Gigi.
And I'm Fergie. Today we're talking about youth activism, how young people are standing up to build a safer world to everyone.
From climate change to gender equality, young people are all around the world raising their voices louder than ever. They're not just demanding change, they're creating and making it.
And that's why this episode is so important, because activism isn't only about protesting. It's about using your voice, your creativity, and your heart to make a difference.
Youth activism has grown a lot in the last 10 years. According to the 2023 United Nations Youth Report, 1 out of every 3 young people has taken part in some kind of community or civic action.
It's incredible to see how much people our age care about justice, equality, and protecting the planet. In Mexico, for example, many students are advocating for safer public spaces and stricter environmental laws.
Social media has completely transformed how people participate and express themselves. When they see an injustice, they denounce it, organize online, and make it visible to everyone. Digital activism has become the new way of speaking in our generation.
And so, movements like Fridays for Future, March for Our Lives, and Black Lives Matter, they were all started or pushed forward by young people who just refused to stay quiet when they saw injustice. It's really amazing, because all of these movements show how powerful and determined this generation is. We're not just talking about change, we actually want to make it happen.
Most of these movements focus on security, not only personal security, but also environmental protection, the fight against discrimination, and the build of impartial systems for all.
You know, I think activism gives young people a sense of purpose and belonging. I once joined a campaign that collected donations for a women's shelter, and at first it was small, but then we even had local businesses and stores collaborating, and it showed me how kindness can turn into a movement.
That's really cool. I actually volunteer for a digital safety project at my tutoring job. I help teach younger students how to spot online scams and deal with cyberbullying. It might seem like a small thing, but it's one step closer to making the internet a safer place for everyone.
I think both of our examples are great examples. Safety isn't only physical, it's also emotional and digital. Young people are redefining what it means to protect others. What do you think about that, Gigi?
I think that's true, and I found a study from The Conversation 2023 saying youth movements often succeed because they're built on hope and solidarity and not just anger.
Exactly. When we stand up for fairness, we're not just pointing out what's wrong. We're showing people that kind of world we want to live in. One that's more just and kind for everyone.
Exactly, and AI tools like Gemini or ChatGPT have helped activists too. They use them to organize speeches, analyze data, and make messages clear. We even use the help of AI to organize our ideas and make sure our facts were reliable and we could deliver the best podcast possible.
It really helped us focus our message. So we're using technology to improve activism, not replace it.
Yeah, totally. A lot of young people today are stepping up to make the world safer and fairer. Like in India and Kenya, some students created amazing tech programs to help close the gender gap. They're teaching girls how to code and giving them the tools to succeed in the digital world. It's super inspiring to see how they're using technology to make real change.
That's super cool. It proves that activism isn't just about protesting, but also about educating, being creative, and including everyone. And according to Amnesty International, 40% of new environmental campaigns have been started by young people in the last 5 years.
And in the USA, March for Our Lives, founded by high school students, has already succeeded in getting new gun safety laws passed in several states that's saving lives.
Yeah, and we can't forget about online activism. So many young creators are using social media to talk about things like human rights, LGBTQ+, safety, and mental health. They're taking spaces that used to be full of negativity and turning them into places where people can actually learn, connect, and support each other. It's honestly such a powerful shift.
Exactly, that's the key word, empathy. Young people are fighting not only for themselves, but for others, for a more just world where no one feels invisible.
I also read that in Latin America, youth-led groups are helping to prevent gender-based violence by using art and storytelling. They turn pain into actions, and that's super powerful.
Totally. Every March, everything that gets posted online, every local project, it all adds. It's like millions of tiny likes forming a giant flame or change.
And even when things get tough, when people ignore or criticize the movements, young people keep pushing forward. Because deep down, we believe that safety and justice are in luxuries, they're human rights.
In conclusion, reflecting of all of this, I believe we've learned that activism based on courage and perseverance. You don't need to be famous to create change. All you need is the commitment and determination to act for what you believe is right.
Also, teamwork is essential. Real change happens when people listen to, respect, and support each other to achieve the same goal.
That's right, this is our call to action. Observe your school, your community, or even your online spaces. If you notice something unfair or unsafe, don't ignore it, talk about it, share your ideas, and look for ways to improve things. Every small action can start a change.
Because change doesn't begin when you're older, but right now.
Thank you so much for listening to Trio Talks.
And remember, everyone, the future will be safer and fairer when we all raise our voices.